The Jewish community is fighting back today, holding an anti-Zohran Mamdani protest on the Upper West Side after the mayor recently acknowledged he doesn't have the legal authority to arrest Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and a hate-fueled stabbing attack near Central Park.
Newsmax correspondent Andrew Kraft is there live. Andrew.
Yeah, Bill, Krisha, good morning. You can hear right now the chants behind me of fight. Also, we heard some more chants of Mamdani has to go. And organizers were telling me today they expect around 400 to 500 demonstrators coming out here to voice their opposition to some of Mayor Mamdani's policies, especially when it comes to the Jewish community here in New York City, especially in the wake of these really horrible stabbing attack that took place a couple of days ago on the Upper West Side. We're on the Upper West Side right now. I have in my hand some of the literature that's being handed out here. As you can see, this www.firemamdani.com. So the anger, the vitriol at the mayor is very palpable here right now. I do want to bring into the conversation someone who felt the need to come out today. I want to speak with you, ma'am. Why do you feel like you need to be here today?
I feel like we have to stand up for the United States of America, and I don't want it to get so far gone that we're like, why was I silent? We can't be silent. This man is a danger. He is a charismatic man. We got to give him that. And he's appealing to people that are not naturally born Americans, people that don't really have a connection to this country. I think the Jewish people are part of the fabric of our country. I'm Catholic, and I believe that our country is first and foremost in everything we do.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. You hear some of the USA chants going on. Tom, I do want you to just pan across the street if we can. I just want to show you, just to get both sides of this story today, this is a counter-protest at the moment, and you see some of the signs there. You also see some members, representatives of the Orthodox Jewish community who definitely disagree with the large majority of their religious brethren on this specific issue. This is a small subset counter-protesting of this specific issue, the Israel-Gaza war that continues. But I want to bring it back here this way. As you can see behind me, Tom is going to just show you the crowd, the American flags, the Israeli flags. We also have the Republican gubernatorial candidate here on hand, Bruce Blakeman. He'll be addressing the crowd as well as we ramp up to the midterms in November. So this is really just getting started, Bill and Krisha. We're going to be here throughout the morning and afternoon speaking with people as to why they felt the need to come out today to this End Jew Hatred protest on the Upper West Side.
Yeah, Andrew, very interesting, especially given that the candidate Bruce Blakeman will be there, because as we know, Kathy Hochul does have the ability to rein in Mamdani. So that's really the only position here in New York, an elected official who could rein him in. I mean, what are we expected to hear from the gubernatorial candidate, as well as just in general? I think we're hearing chants for people, they're saying there, to remove Mamdani. They have those posters, as you were just showing.
Yeah, a lot of that today. Mamdani has to go. We just heard that chant, but you heard the USA chant as well. So there's a very patriotic sense. Of course, the deep kinship the United States and Israel share, that's alive and well today. If we get to speak to Bruce Blakeman, I do want to ask, whether or not he is heard this same opposition to Mamdani, not only here in New York City, but throughout New York State, throughout the Empire State, as he continues to campaign for governor. That'll be one of my main questions to him if we do kind of catch him as he leaves. I don't think he's spoken just yet, but you can really feel the excitement and the energy here at this protest. This protest was somewhat hastily arranged and planned about a couple of days ago. It was on social media, and you can see the turnout for it right now. Like I said, organizers are anticipating possibly 400 to 500 protesters here on a Sunday morning on the Upper West Side.
Andrew, real quick, it seems to be less political on that side, meaning it looks like a reaction to some of the vitriol and the hateful rhetoric you hear from Mamdani and his allies. Whereas across the street, very odd to see an Orthodox, either rabbi or just an Orthodox Jewish man holding a Palestinian flag. It just seems that the other side is going after Israel, making it political. This rally seems to be much more about, hey, save our city. It's about us. It's about protecting people in New York City.
Bill, that is so true. I mean, this protest here is about Mamdani, specifically his policies, especially toward New York City Jews. And the other one on the side of the street, that's more extrapolated to the geopolitical conflict going on in the Middle East between Israel, Hamas, there in Gaza. And I was curious because I had to ask some of the Jewish New Yorkers here, the attendees of the protest, why are there some of these Orthodox Jews on the other side of the street? You would think that everyone would be on the same side of this issue, and that's not the case. It was explained to me that this is a very niche subset of the Orthodox Jewish community, the Satmar Hasidic Jewish community, small but loud, who disagree with Netanyahu's policies vis-a-vis the war. And of course, we're just coming off that video statement Mayor Mamdani made earlier this week saying he does not have the authority to arrest Benjamin Netanyahu when he steps foot here in New York City for the UN General Assembly later in September over that ICC, the International Criminal Court, arrest warrant out for him and his former defense minister, Yoav Gallant. Of course, our viewers know the United States is not party to the treaty that formed the court, and so Mamdani acknowledging he has no authority to arrest Netanyahu when he comes to New York. And remember, that was one of his main campaign promises, running for mayor in the first place, presumably letting some of his more progressive left flank acolytes down with that failed campaign promise now.
Yeah, interesting. All right, Andrew Kraft, thank you. We'll look for more later today. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.